Today is Friday, September 16 of 2022, and we are live in the YouTube universe for the Friday festivities. Well, let's do it. Hello, I'm here. show, share the show, subscribe, hit the bell notification, give me money, PayPal, Super Chat, join Discord, the Daily Boom. Click on the description box to have more details. Clickety, clickety, click. Prepare yourself for La La Land.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously.
Gravity. La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open.
La La Land, we are in La La Land.
Gravity.
Obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land.
Gravity. Gravity. Gravity.
Obviously.
You ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go. That's the microphone. How you doing, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Florida to the YouTube universe. Jose J.G. Gonzalez. I reuse the R shirt. I like it. Just in case you tell me I need R for that, I already got the R just for y'all. How you doing, guys? Everybody, ladies, gentlemen. I hope everybody is happy in these Friday festivities where everybody is welcome. I'm about to on private the YouTube live channel so you all can come in and hang out with us. But first, I need to say thank you. Thank you for everybody's support. Thank you for being here in the YouTube land chat box. I appreciate it. If you are lurking in the background, pop in the chat box and say hello, say boom, say I'm new, whatever you want to say. Troll responsibly. No personal attacks, no insults. Don't bring anybody from the outside to the topic. You know, if we're talking about each other among other YouTubers, don't bring these other people from your family to this discussion. They have nothing to do whatsoever. If you want to talk about it yourself from your own perspective, from your family, it's up to you. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't appreciate it. But if you want to do that, you do whatever the fuck you want, right? Don't talk about me, about my family, about my close ones. Just saying, that goes to everybody. Everybody's doing 100% just right. If I see that line being stepped over, that will be a straight timeout, and then a second offense will be a ban from the channel. There you go. In the voice chat in the Daily Boom Discord server, whenever I open it, and you guys can come into the voice chat and be a part of the discussion. The only expectation that we are asking for is not to overtalk other participants, not to talk over, overtalk, interrupt. If I make a point and I say 2 plus 2 is 7, and I'm gonna tell you why 2 + 2 is 7. And as I'm talking, trying to tell you that somebody is gonna jump in and Blue is gonna jump in like, no, I disagree, Jose. You want to stop? I said like, I'm not done talking. I'm gonna tell you why. No, but I have to stop you. No, that's a big no. When one person is talking, if I haven't spoken more than 1 minute, 60 seconds, you must have a timer in your brain, right? If you have spoken for over 60 seconds, I will look into it. I will try to moderate the best of my abilities and tell them you got to keep it short. You got to keep the statements short. If you are not over 60 seconds, I expect anybody to interrupt, even if you disagree with the statement being spoken. Even if they are talking about you directly and saying lines about you directly, if that person hasn't gone above 1 minute, I expect no interruptions whatsoever. So we're going to have no interruptions, no talking over. I'm not going to warn anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to directly server mute the people that is interrupting and talking over and over talking. And then when the person that is talking previously finish their 1 minute of speak, then I will unmute the people that I mute. You got that understood? I'm going to try that today. I'm not going to warn anybody, not talk over, don't over talk. I'm going to server mute people directly. So if you don't want to be server muted, don't interrupt the other participants. That's all I ask for. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. I see in the YouTube chat box RT96, DR Curious Tube, Fred Bailey, Martin, Real Cygnus, Charlie Welsh, Justin Franks, John Mongoose, Jim's Mind, Rakia Life, Mr. Victory's Radio, Truth Nerd, Zeb Tepi, Gary Waibenga, Nicholas Roberts, Ben the Light, and I think that's everybody here in the chat box. I don't know. I don't think I repeated anybody's name. If I have repeated your name, then you be winning right now. If you're watching right now, please hit the thumbs up. Very important. It does help. Click on the link in the description box for the link for the Discord server, Daily Boom, so you can come in and be a part of the discussion. And support the channel. You will be helping me, but most important, helping the channel out via PayPal or Super Chat with whatever you can. The more money you can give, the better is to me. But the better is to the channel to me, because I'll be able to pay the internet, the electricity. That's pretty much the what I'm dividing it for. Very close to the electric bill now. It's okay. I think if I be more consistent in the shows, I'll be able to do it with a few dollars every day. So if anybody want to hook me up, please hit me up with something. Tag me if I don't get the message directly, and I'll keep an eye on it. Let's on private the YouTube live voice chat, and let's get everybody over here in the house. Let's see who wants to come in. We have Brian Mabbett, server, and Defen unmuted. We have Carl K in the house. We have Chike is here. Also, Louis is here, and Snesley Wipes. If anybody else would like to join, come over. We are in the text chat, Daily Boom Uncensored, and in the voice chat, YouTube Live. How are you, everybody?
God, you scared me.
Out of nowhere came out talking, huh?
Yes.
Because the leg on YouTube.
I'm sorry. It's all good. What do you guys think about the? I mean, it's not rules. It's kind of common sense, right? If one person is talking and it's not like long-winded talking over a minute, I don't think there should be interruptions, right?
There is only one thing that I disagree with, is that if it's only a one-on-one, it's very efficient. It's perfect. But if it's like a brawl like we have right now, if someone has something to say, it's very hard to get in between, even when stops talking and the other one wants to start talking, very hard to get inside.
Yeah, I will be aware if it's a quick clarification, a quick question or comment. I will, I will let those go. But if somebody just want to jump in between somebody talking and just go on and like rudely, abruptly interrupt to talk themselves, yeah, I wouldn't take that.
Yeah, agreed.
You mean like Gary yesterday that he came into the conversation, didn't care about who was on the mic,
Oh,
what they
he
were
went on.
saying.
Motherfucker, push through it, man.
Yeah. Well, it was working, and he don't have time, so he must. When he had time, he must make use of it.
Mm. Well, Blue Marble Science have seen thousands of elevation drawings, but he'd never seen horizontal drawing. What's up with that? Shout out to Blue. You never seen a horizontal drawing. What if I draw just a line from left to right? Isn't that a horizontal drawing?
It's a big question. And if it's slanted, the line, is it horizontal?
Ooh.
It's from left to right, right to left.
Just slightly diagonal, yeah. Just in a
Yeah,
slight angle.
a
Mm,
slide or not slide doesn't matter. It's still left to right, right to left.
that's a good one.
Yeah, if you don't have a very strong definition of horizontal, you're in trouble.
But he didn't say a horizontal line. He said a horizontal drawing.
But if you draw on a paper and it's on the table, it's horizontal. You- Everything is horizontal. There are no verticals there, right?
Well,
The table is horizontal. The lines don't come out of the table, so
my
they
table
are
is
all horizontal.
rectangular. Like it's rectangular. It's not horizontal.
The surface may be horizontal. You can make it horizontal.
Oh. But it has a little bow on it. Like it's higher in the middle and lower in the edges.
Depends what kind of table you have.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a bow, like it just shrunk or something. Like if I dump a little bit of water, it will slide out to outside. So that's not a horizontal table then, right? A horizontal.
Right.
Okay.
That's a curved table.
So you call horizontal straight,
Yeah, usually we do.
straight surface.
Straight, a plane or a straight line.
Right. Now I'm gonna introduce another word that I don't think you will agree with it. Level. That table then will be level. It doesn't have to be. It could be angled. It could be higher in one side and lower in the other. So it's not. It doesn't have to be level, but it will still be horizontal and or straight or planar, right?
Yes, you can say so. Depends what's your reference.
Yeah, you need another reference. Let's say I use the actual horizon in the distance. I'm in the beach and I bring my table, right? And I look at this horizon, and then I put my table that is higher in the left and lower in the right. That table is horizontal, but is it level in reference to the horizon? That's a broken question. I don't even know what I'm asking, but let's try to get there.
That's a proper flat Earth question. That's how you ask questions.
Yeah. What you
No
guys
one
think?
understands what you understand.
Yeah.
What you're asking.
Right. I'm looking at the horizon in the distance, and that horizon is level. This is a flat earth question, and that horizon is level and straight and flat. Then I'm bringing a table, a straight, a rectangular flat table, right? And I put it, and I just line up my eyes. And in the right hand side is line up with the horizon, but in the left hand side is a lot higher. Now that table is still flat, is still straight, but is that table horizontal? And second question, is that table level? Shout out to Flat Earthers questions. Make no fucking sense whatsoever. Sorry about that. Breaking my brain myself trying to ask that. Do surveyors know what they're doing? I think they do, right? I mean, it's their
Uh,
name, it's their job.
it's granted they do, but it seems Bev that doesn't agree with what surveyors say.
Let's say a surveyor with a degree in surveying, like a high level degree, that where they work in whatever company involved in surveying and making maps, and presenting papers, and do all the like legit measurements, not just somebody that have a degree in the university and just do little side jobs that makes no sense, but in the actual measurements in reality, surveyors. I cannot say I just took a degree and I'm just going to work as a surveyor myself. I need to work in a company. I need to be legit, right? By the book, by the paper. Those people that are legit by the book, by the paper as surveyors, they know what they're doing. They must have.
Yeah, well, the certificate doesn't make you a surveyor. You need experience. Like doctors, they learn few years, then they need practice in hospital. Otherwise, they can't be doctors.
What the hell? The doctors that have been doctor for 20 years, they're still doing practices.
That's okay, but doctor who does just finish a university is not a doctor. He's a intern. They do wear a badge of a doctor, but they always have someone supervising them.
Okay. So what makes a surveyor legit?
Of course, it's diploma and then it's experience. I'm sure that someone who just finished school cannot be compared to someone who been 10 years in the field.
Mm. What if somebody took a surveyor's degree 20 years ago, but they never worked as surveyors? They just do little jobs in their own houses with their own family, with their own little company. Are they legit surveyors?
I guess.
But they never done a big job over a mile big. They do small work, small jobs.
I guess most surveyors do small jobs.
Mm.
That kind of
Right.
depends what you mean about doing small jobs in the home. I mean, is it like putting up IKEA furniture or?
No, setting up a building base or something. It's not like you make a highway, right? It's a bit different.
Are elevations measured by surveyors accurate with respect to some datum? MSL, of instance.
Accurate to the tolerance of the measurements.
I'm gonna, with all the respect that Timothy P. Southwick deserve, I'm gonna give you a timeout, Timothy P. in the YouTube chat box. When you come back from the timeout, do not type Trump anymore. Do not talk about politics, and do not preach in the YouTube chat box. If you want to praise the Lord at the end of every single comment of yours, it's okay, but don't be just typing like Christian propaganda in my chat box, please. Please, go ahead, guys. engage like a normal person. Don't be preaching over here, bro.
Define normal.
No, define normal. Well, call each other fuckwit and asshole and the earth not flat. You fucking dumbass. All that stuff is normal to us. Don't be just praise the Lord Jesus because of this verse and on all that shit. Now that this is not a Christian, religious chat box. Don't do that here, man. If you wanna do it in between other comments, yeah, it's okay, but don't be just propaganding shit over here.
Right, you don't eat pork in kosher restaurant.
Amen. Ha! How you like me now? We have one of your BFFs in the YouTube chat box. Shaik Rakia is there, riling, stirring shit in the chat box. He's good at it.
Rakia, the one that supports a non-liar.
Ouch. Who do you know is a liar?
Bev.
Ouch. He will say, I never say that. I never say I'm a liar. That's the level of dishonesty that he has. He say, I never say I was a liar. What are you talking about?
He don't need to say it. It's not, a murderer may not call himself a murderer. He may call himself the Messiah, but we defined he's a murderer, not him. Just like Bev said, I'm not flat earther. Yeah, you don't need to say I'm a flat earther. We define what flat earther is.
Damn. Why the tough love, Shaik? Is it tough love?
Tough love?
Yeah, tough love. You and Bev. What you feel for Bev?
I can feel his pain. Seriously. No, really, I have a recording of it if you want to hear.
Damn.
Here, I'll post it. It's like he got some kick to the gut.
Do you know what you're talking about? What are you talking about?
Listen to this. It's like,
I'm gonna try to. I gotta please share my screen first, like in a YouTube tab, and then switch that to the video so I can. Oh man, damn! I have to download this shit in order to play it. I guess. Fuck! Why you do this to me, man? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play.
I didn't make a video of it yet.
Yeah, I ain't gonna download
But you'd have to play a video too, huh?
Yeah. See, I don't think. I mean, I'm screen sharing, but I don't think you guys gonna hear this because I'm not sharing this.
I told you, you download it and you say you right click it and open in Chrome.
Yeah, I know. Oh, but I have to download it.
Yeah, no way around this.
Oh fuck. Yeah, so make downloading bad things.
Technology that goes that far.
Shit. All right, let me try. Opening Chrome. Right click, open with. Choose another app. I never tried that. More apps. It doesn't let me. Oh yeah, let me see. In the desktop, if I find Chrome, maybe. No, it doesn't let me do that.
If you right click, it doesn't have Chrome as an option.
Nope.
Open with.
Nope. Open with Media Player, VLC, and choose another app. When I choose another app, more apps, it doesn't give me the option for Chrome.
Really?
Yeah, not on this one. Oh well.
I think you did it before. It was another laptop or PC.
Okay, now, but I can do this. People should be able to see it. There you go. That's the media player, and this is what Bev said.
There we were. There we were.
Yeah, like a kick to the liver.
There we were. There we were.
Yeah, well. Oh man, what happened there, Bev?
I know he's in pain, great pain.
In pain, bruh.
Yeah, I can hear those sounds he make all the time when he talk in the show. I'll make a video one time, like 30
Just
seconds of it.
just with the noise, yeah, just with his bodily noises.
Yes. Do it from the nose, like sometimes.
Oh shit. Shout out to Doofus. Care Bear. This remind me of the sketch of Key and Peele. The dog trying not to laugh. And he's like, "Go ahead, Darnell," or something like that. And then the guy turn around and he's crying, his balls out, and the other guy, one of the other guys, like just holding his, trying not to laugh. And then the guy like, oh, my body, my best friend, he got killed. We lost him. We used to build fort in the living room and play Care Bear. Some bullshit. It was funny. Funny sketch. Key and Peele are geniuses, man. And for those who don't know who they are, well, look them up.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Where air on that? That's my favorite one.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen. I haven't seen all of the sketches, all this stuff, but I've seen a lot of them. They're good. And I just seen one of their movies. I know a few movies are good. They Get Out and Up or whatever I have heard. But I watched the last one, Nope. And the movie Nope with UFOs, extraterrestrials, and it's pretty good. Decent. All right. Right.
I saw where a kid asks surveyors how many times they take an Earth curve into consideration, and I'll say every single time they do, equal distance back and foresight. Otherwise, they could use different distances and it would make no difference.
Mm. Doofus, where do you think is the disconnect between, let's say, the Beftars? Let's talk about the Beftars today. I usually don't do that. You guys talk about them. I just make fun of them. But let's just burn the shit out of them. Let's just gossip and drama about them, motherfuckers.
Yeah. No,
To
I
give them
can't
fuel.
do it.
To give them fuel. Come on.
No, I can't do it because I have I'll post it. I have a screen capture from one of Bev's memes.
What is their disconnect? I think they are very monodimensional, unidimensional, if you want to say. And it is that their only one and single one and only argument is level is horizontal. Those three words, and close the quote. Doofus, what are your thoughts?
Well, they're additionally they say they're not flat earthers even. I mean that's essentially it. They want their presumption about reality to be so true that I mean, it's just like most flat earthers. They have this idea. They feel that they've discovered something once they've come across this idea that few people have discovered, and proclaim that they know the truth because they've discovered it, which they don't see the circularity of that. But I mean, that's more part of the disconnect.
Yeah, I forgot to say sorry about the copyrighted material.
It's all right, Chai. Do you think, Doofus, that they really don't want to accept reality, the reality that the world level in a globe is not what they think it is, and that would destroy the whole argument?
I think they at least internally acknowledge that we have that definition, but they have to try to make it sound more absurd than it actually is. I mean, they have to argue against something that is worded differently than the way we word it. They're doing that on purpose. That's specifically a troll game.
So if level is horizontal, you can't escape the consequence that Earth is flat. Not
Right.
perfectly flat, but relatively flat, because the zero level or any level is flat, right? According to them. But they refuse to accept the consequence.
This is something I struggle with. I don't know why they are so insisting on wanting to rebrand, as if it's going to change anything in the eyes of the public. I mean, even if you call yourself, I don't know, a plain earther, does it really make a difference?
They're still flat earthers.
Yep. Their claims are the same, so what does it change?
Yeah, if you look at their argument, like, there's hills and valleys. Well, okay, so you take the minimum and the maximum of, well, what is that? 19 miles of separation maximum. I don't even think it's that much, but let's say it's 19 miles between the deepest depths and the highest heights, compared to, I don't know,
19 kilometers.
The way that the equator is agreed upon, most flat earthers, they'll say it's a 24,800 or 900 mile circle. That's how much distance is covered along the equator. You got that 25,000-ish mile distance compared to the 19-ish mile maximum elevation. By all accounts, that's such a small amount, those elevation changes, that you could consider it flat. You could say it's a flat Earth. They're stupid. That's all I want to say.
If you scale Earth by surface area to 1 meter, the Everest is not more than 0.3 millimeters. You wouldn't know it's there because it's not like a bump. Yes, it's gradual from sea level to 0.3 millimeters. It's flat.
Mm.
As Gary might say, angles matter.
But tiny circles not.
Shout out to everybody on YouTube land. Only 15 thumbs up. I'm not happy with it. Very, very disappointed. 39 people watching. Hit that like, guys. Everybody. And hashtag give me money. Just saying. Gary, where you at? You at work or what? You haven't spoken lately too much. Just yesterday when you came in, just yelling in between somebody.
Today, I don't think. It was the day before.
The day before, yeah.
I just left work, but everything was roboting just a second ago, so I didn't come on. Everything's clear right now. What do you want to know?
Yeah, good times.
Angles matter.
is there a disconnect where the word level as for we use it in as a globe earthers, as the normal people, as if we living in a globe, we use the word level. Do you think some flat earthers and globe skeptics and level earthers don't understand the concept of level, or they do understand it and they just don't want to accept it?
Level is flat. As anybody, if you talk to any normal person anywhere that's not involved in these arguments, and you told them level was curved, they would laugh at you.
But my question is, as people in the globe, when the way we understand the word level, as for not being hired one point to another, and there are forces, with the gravitational, all that stuff related to the globe, the definition of level in the globe. Some flat earthers don't understand that, or they just don't want to accept it. That was my question.
No, we know what you're trying to say related to your globe bullshit,
Okay.
but in reality, it's just not real. What you say is bullshit.
Right. But you understand it.
Level is
I have found
flat.
people.
But
I have found people that
I
don't understand it.
understand.
Yeah.
No, they do. That's just that they know it's bullshit.
All right, that's
Just
right.
like I know, and just like the average Joe out there, if you come up to the average Joe who's never been involved in these arguments, doesn't even know there's such a thing as a flat Earth theory or a globe Earth theory or whatever. You told them that level thing over there is curved, they would laugh at you.
Do you want to
Gary,
test that?
Gary, what's your sample size?
Hold on.
Gary, what's your sample
Go
size?
ahead. What's my play?
Sample size. Well, what kind of sample size your poll is your poll? Have you asked people? 20, let's say.
I
50.
said, if you ask the average Joe,
I know what
the
you
average
say.
person out there,
Shy,
not one of them would say level is curved. If they didn't know any of these arguments that we argue about, you said is level curved or is level flat.
I know what you say, Gary. Gary, I know what you say. I'm asking how many people did you ask?
I said I didn't take a poll, dummy. I said if you asked. That sounded like I said I asked a bunch of people.
Okay, but if you asked the average Joe, as you say, about the shape of the Earth, what is going to be their answer? I mean, if you ask them, I'm pretty sure they will not say it's flat, and I'm pretty sure it's only because they are a little bit confused and do not really know the real definition of level. This is the only explanation, because you can have it both ways. You can have the average Joe laughing at you when you say level is curved, and also that same average Joe telling you, oh, the Earth is a sphere.
I'm in the opinion that the average Joe will tell you, let's say 40 out of 50 will tell you it's curved. Just let them think about it a bit.
Your microphone is going, Gary. Almost gone.
And by Joe, I don't mean cows, Gary.
It'll be so fucking awesome. The best video ever if we got in a big festivity and we ask at least 50 people, 100 people, like back to back, unedited, because you will know if you're just cherry picking the answers or not. And if you're letting everybody know, like go randomly to people like, do you think X question, what do you think would be a good question as for a quick survey for people? Like a quick question. Do you think level is curved, or do you think the Earth is flat, or you think the Earth is a globe? What is a good question to ask a bunch of people? Somebody might want to do that. But what is a good question that is not leading? Leading. It's actually a question for people to answer, Give me ideas, guys.
What do you mean leading? You ask them,
Literally
is level,
draw.
what
You
do
can
you
draw.
think?
Sorry. I interrupted.
Right. Chai, go ahead. You first and then Gary.
You ask them, what do you think the shape of level? And you explain to them what level is. And let's say they say it's flat. Then you say, what do you think the shape of the Earth is? And if they answer a globe, you say how they sit with the other thing you said, but which one of them is true?
Before you got it, I got 3 shout outs to do. Look at that, dude. You guys are awesome. People came through with the actual in the PayPal. Actually, I got money. We have Marcus Dresden gave me money on PayPal, $10. And he say, give Jose JG your money, everyone. Thank you very much, Marcus Dresden. Appreciate the 10. And we also have Blue Marble Science with $10 on PayPal. Blue Marble Science stepped in to save the day with a note the note says Blackpool Tower from Southport. Hashtag thanks, babe. Shout out to Blue Marble Science. And the last one, as for right now, is Mr. Victory Radio. Big $20 PayPal, dude. Mr. Victory Radio. Happy Friday. Oh, Gary, the average Joe will laugh at you. The world is not flat. Get over yourself. Big $20. Thank you very much, Marcus Dresden, Blue Marble Science, Mr. Victory, for your support. I really do appreciate it. Not leading question. Gary, what do you think could be a good non-leading question for just average people to ask him a quick question so they can answer either yes or no or give their honest answer with a word or quick statement? Uh-oh, I don't hear you. That's horrible, man. Microphone.
Time to buy a new mic.
Yeah, I can't even. I can't even listen. That's horrible, man. Horrible.
Well, at least it's not 115. It's down to like only going to hit 85 today. Oh.
Dude, drop for a minute. Drop, and then listen on YouTube so you can hear how you sound. It's really bad, bro. And then come back and rejoin. Maybe dropping and rejoining will fix it. Doofus Manfred, go ahead, brother. What you got?
I want to give my take real quick. I think the average Joe, when presented with a multiple choice question on the matter, I think the stats you get back. I mean, Gary's got some room to say this. The average Joe is going to be confused, but you will still see enough people who have thought about the question. Level is a flat surface or level is a curved surface, to where you might see some. They come out a little bit more toward level as a curved surface. Because if you give them those two choices and then they think about it, well, what does that mean for the Earth? Then they might actually start, applying their brain for a second.
Yeah. But I think the easiest question that one can answer is, do you think that the Earth is a sphere or not? So, I mean, is the only option, or can I ask him, do you think the Earth is a sphere or flat? Because maybe some people don't want to believe the Earth is flat, but is either a yes or no? Do you think the Earth is a sphere or not? I think that's a good question. Or maybe ask him the other way. Do you think the Earth is flat or not? But the flat earthers will claim victory if they say, "Oh no, the Earth is not flat." Some like the Veftards, they're gonna say like, "You see, I told you the Earth's not flat," even though they're flat earthers. They're playing games. What do you think, Davis? Lewis, go ahead.
Can I say something in between?
Yeah.
I was looking for it. I'm posting it on the Daily Boom and Censored. Maybe it's more on the Daily Nonsense. I should post it. I don't know.
In the Uncensored, Daily Boom Uncensored. Yeah.
Yes, it's an argument to say, is it really a good idea to ask the average Joe about his perception and his idea of of what reality is? Because a lot of the time, you can have a 50-50 people getting it wrong.
Yeah.
When you ask them if they use, the quick part of their brain, the immediate response can be completely wrong, and then you reformulate or you give a piece of explanation, and then they start actively thinking about it and work against this misconception.
Mm. Okay.
This better at all?
Yes.
I just changed the Bluetooth. It's the other one that's just getting old.
Yeah, that's rough, really rough. You want to try now? What will be a good question? Like non-leading, try not to, to subliminally tell the answer as you ask
You
it.
could just ask a question. Does level mean flat and straight horizontal across, or does it mean a bent line, a curved line?
But there will every single one will say will be straight and horizontal. So that is a broken
Right.
question because but I tell you why, because the curve and bend is not actually explaining the globe. If you want to just phrase that as for the actual definition of level in the globe, then people will get thinking. But if you give a wrong definition as for level, curve, and bend, that's not right. It's just not
No,
correct.
no, no. Because I'm talking if you just ask the average person out there who's not involved in these arguments, you could just literally show them two lines, one that's perfectly straight across and one that's slightly bent, but basically horizontal, but kind of bent. And you ask them which one is level, A or B.
No, it's not
They're
bad.
all going to point at the flat level one, not the slightly bent horizontal one.
Well, you should ask them is what do they think about water surface? Is water surface a level, a flat plane, or is it a spherical?
Yeah, what you ask is a misleading question. Is the way I see it, Gary. The way
That is
you wanted to
misleading.
ask it.
Water don't
No, what I
bend.
said wouldn't be misleading. It's two lines. That's exactly what you guys are saying.
No,
That
water don't
your
bend.
level is not straight. It's bent.
No, level is curved. It's spherical. We
Curved is
don't say
bent.
it's bent. No, not bent.
Well, that
Yes,
line would be bent. It's curved, bent, curved, whatever you want to
No,
call
it's
it. Still the
no.
same thing. Yes, it's not a
Bent are
straight level
things.
line.
Bent is something you took and bend. You don't bend
It's just that
water. It's
you guys are
liquid.
just being silly. You got to hang
No,
on to
you
that for
don't,
dear life.
Gary.
Because
Gary,
that's all
don't.
you have left. I mean, you guys, the horizons alone destroy your whole globe
Okay, wait. We have that super chat.
once they're understood properly.
Mr. Bikorik, I have a great point. It doesn't matter what you guys say, the way you phrase it, it still doesn't make the world flat. Shout out to Mr. Bikorik. I got a super chat by Leo. $5! Thank you, Leo, for the $5. Ask Farmer's Boy. He is all knowing, meaning he is never wrong. And the earth is a sphere. Ha ha ha! Ask Farmer's Boy because he is the all knowing. The all-knowing meaning, and he's never wrong. And the earth is a sphere. Shout out to Leo for the $5, and Farmer's Boy is not here. We'll try to ask him later. Sorry, guys, go ahead.
Hey, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody said a little earlier that flat earthers will say stuff like, "Oh well, it's got mountains and hills and valleys and stuff like that." We have to, because even within the last week, I've had one person make a comment back to one of my comments. I don't even remember where it was at, saying that Earth can never be flat because it's got mountains. So it's like we have to specify it's basically flat, because they'll say the opposite of what you say. That's what you guys do. So if we said it's perfectly flat, you guys will say, no, it isn't. It's got mountains and valleys. If we say, well, it's flattish, but it's got mountains and valleys, well, then it can't be flat. And that's what we get. That's what we have to deal with all the time.
Garrett,
It's ridiculous.
Garrett,
So a guy
Garrett,
like
Garrett.
Bev, who I don't particularly like, but it's like he's just saying the Earth isn't actually flat because you have the water that is, but the ground is the Earth, basically. And if you go by the biblical terms, it's the ground is the Earth, and the ground is not flat. It's basically all kinds of different elevations, and that's where I think he's right.
Oh, they give
Gary.
Chai. Go ahead.
Gary, can you see pictures?
You want to share something, Chai? I can put the picture
Yeah.
up.
This
It's in
picture.
the uncensored. They leave it uncensored just in case you want to look at it.
Yeah, this is glass under.
Hey, you guys are roboting.
Oh, I guess that's
No,
your
it's
end.
you, Gary.
Yeah, no, we're roboting for him, but he's in his end.
Now, this is glass under an electron microscope. Doesn't look flat, does it? But we say glass is flat.
Yeah, that's fair. Very good example. In the when we talk about flat, it's in the big scale, in the big picture.
Right. When you take those waves in the ocean, tides, and even mountains, it's nothing compared to the size of the Earth. If you scale it down to a meter by meter or to a circle pizza with 1 meter diameter, it's nothing. You don't feel it. It's flat.
I mean, the tip of the fingers. I touch somebody and they say like, "Ooh, your fingers are so smooth." But yeah, look how many grooves you got. You know, with the fingerprints and shit like that. You know.
A fingerprint on this glass would look like a mountain.
Yeah, gigantic. And still, if you add up the whole tip of the finger, it will feel smooth. Pretty much. It depends, just how soft you are.
I forgot what the thickness of fingerprint is, but it's
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be detectable in electron microscope.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can see it with your own eyes. We got another super chat by Leal, another $5. This is a comment or question for Gary. Leal says, Gary, it is a known fact that center line of a basketball is equal distance from the center. This demonstrates perfectly on a sphere what level is. That's a great, well-articulated point, Leal. Thank you very much. What do you think about that? Gary, let's ask Gary if you got any thoughts on that. The line around the basketball, that demonstrates what level on a sphere is.
Or you can just take a straight level line, horizontal line, that's just equal distance above sea level. On a flat Earth, that works perfectly the same.
Yeah, but did you test it?
Yeah,
well, it would work exactly the
Earth.
same. That's basically what we do anyhow, right? We
Well,
create
we
a flat plane. When we build a building, we create a flat plane for it.
The small scale, in the big scale, in the ocean, a few miles long. When you add up hundreds of meters and miles long, then you just cannot build this straight horizontal. You gotta build level, which is with the forces acting upon it, gravity and all this stuff, it will create a sphere.
Well,
the size
like
of
I've
the
said
Earth.
before, we were designed to live on a flat Earth. That's why we don't build sloped houses.
You're presupposing that, Gary, because you're looking at a small scale and converting that to the big scale.
Your vestibular system even shows we were meant to live on flat level plane.
Vestibular system? What is that?
Yeah. That's why when you climb a hill, you have a tendency to lean forward. When you're going down a hill, like when you're hiking, you have a tendency to lean back a little bit because you're trying to stay vertical.
I don't see how that's relevant.
It is. We were designed. The Earth was created for man to dwell on, and he created us in a way that we dwell on that flat Earth.
Where do you get that information from? Where do we get that information from?
Oh, you just vestibular. What happens when you trip? You trip and you're starting to fall. You start to lift your head up, right? Because you're trying to create that vertical. to keep
Yeah,
vertical. And
yeah.
yeah, because we're designed that way to live on a flat.
But now you're taking a jump. You're missing. You're going from A to Z and not filling the gap in between. You're going from because we gotta stand up and keep the vertical to stay level over the earth. Now you jump into therefore it's a flat earth.
And then once again, we go back to water when it's contained and undisturbed. It's level and flat.
And that's only can be done in a small scale.
Oh no, that can be done in quite large scales. I got a swimming pool. That's a pretty big scale.
If
That
you
water's
claim
undisturbed. It's flat.
okay, tell me when you're finished.
I'm finished.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Let me throw this comment and then you over there. RT96, a big $5 super chat. Thank you, RT. Would the average Joe say that birds aren't animals? That's a
Okay.
great question.
Yeah, I will
Wait.
say I was wrong on that, but in general, you knew what I was talking about in the first place. You just had to make a big deal about that and get away from the original argument.
That's good. Yeah, good to know. Appreciate that. Yeah. Honesty goes a long way. That's good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Are you one of those who claim that the horizon always rises to eye level?
No, I said it always rises to just under eye level, but when you're basically viewing it with your natural vision, it's indistinguishable. It's like the
Natural
gap.
vision.
Your eyeballs, without no aid, no binocular, no telescope, no zoom camera. Your natural eye. When you look with your natural eyes, the horizon will always be just under eye level, but you're not going to be able to distinguish it because they're virtually the same. It's like the gap between railroad tracks. They appear to merge, but they don't. It's the same with your height above the sea or the ground. That gap becomes too small to see.
Yeah, you just
Even
described how your senses are not enough to really ascertain your reality, and it's exactly the same for your argument about vertical. If you go 10 or 100 meter in one direction, I can guarantee you that vertical will be so minutely different that it barely makes a difference.
you
To
can
your
go higher
senses,
if you.
sorry.
Hold on, Lewis. Yeah, I got
No,
it.
that's right. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I was referring to your argument about the vestibular system.
Yes.
Yes.
Go
Go
about
ahead.
it.
Sorry.
I must have missed something there. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, I was saying that your argument about the vestibular system was that vertical has to always be the same everywhere and anywhere, and I don't make that connection.
Yeah, vertical is just straight from the ground, straight up from the ground.
A plumb. Yeah, plumb, pretty much.
Yeah,
and in a
but
sphere, it's a plane, everything pointing to the center of the sphere. So it's always plane. It all works out perfectly in a sphere, too.
Hey, I'm gonna disappear for a few minutes. I'm at the bank.
Before, Gary, just a quick answer. What are birds? I'm going to give you three options: minerals, vegetables, or animals, or other. What are birds?
Who asked the question?
I did.
Okay, well, I was.
Do they fall?
I
What
won't
do
be-
they fall better?
I
Minerals,
was gonna be a
plants, or
smart
animals?
ass if it was someone like. I was gonna be a smart ass if it was like one of the other guys, but I'll.
or other. I think they're falling
Well,
animals.
if it was one of the other guys, I would say a bird is something I wish would sit on top of his head, but I'm not gonna do that to you.
But it's funny.
Although sometimes I do.
Yeah, we
Hey,
agree.
I really got to get in here because I got other stuff to do. I'll be
Right.
back.
We agree it's an animal, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Good looking at it. Yeah, good luck in whatever.
What I should have said that day is creatures. I should have just used the word creatures because it would cover the whole gamut.
All right. Yeah. Good. Fair.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back.
Yeah, man.
I gotta hang
Yeah.
up.
So Jose, I have this revised a picture of Blackpool Tower,
All right, and I got it up.
and my question today to the Bevites was, how do you lie to yourself when you watch this picture? And this with the help of my drawing that helped the 3D challenge they don't understand what is being talking about. So I draw the side view of this situation. How do you go and lie to yourself about it? And they can't answer because they can say something is wrong here. They definitely know something is wrong here, but they can't articulate what is wrong here, and they can't articulate what is right here. They're very bad at articulating while you saw globers like Lales are very good at it. It's like the Matrix. You know something is wrong with the world, you just can't tell what it is.
I learned something new that birds are cameras.
Drones.
Bird, birds are cameras. They're tracking devices used by the Illuminati.
No, by the government.
Your drawing draws a very interesting point. I will try to not get lost in my thoughts. It's going to be a little long because it's, I am perfectly okay with the idea of the Earth being flat. Why not? Let's admit it for a minute. They could be explanations for what we see on the picture. There might be some physical, optical phenomena that we don't know about, and which are, and what do you say, an alternate explanation on what is going on. The thing is, if you can point your finger on what it is, if you can input some calculations, and if it's true everywhere and anywhere, we could consider this a viable model. The problem is, even if I become a flat earther, and it doesn't matter to my everyday life, we'll still, in science, continue to use the globe earth model because it's way closer and it gives way better predictable results. So it doesn't matter. They will have to come up with a whole bunch of new phenomena, optical, physical, in order to get their results to be even close to what the globe model predicts.
Well, this is just my understanding of the two hypotheses. One says level is horizontal, and I go with it, and I draw my understanding of it. Yes, level is horizontal, and that's not what we see. How I understand line of sight works. And the hypothesis that the Earth is curved does seem to work a bit to match what we see. So I don't claim that what I said is the truth. I just say if you go lying about it, how do you do it? Explain to me, how do you do it? How do you explain to yourself this picture?
Yeah. Now I just remembered what I had in mind. It's that whenever you show a drawing like this, someone like Brian will tell you optics. He'll just throw a word and do nothing about it. I mean, okay, optics. What is the phenomenon that explains that? You can't just say optics. You have to maybe do a little drawing of what you think the path of the light from the tower to your eyes does, and then you have to explain this phenomenon, and you'll have to give us a formula and tell us when, in which circumstances it happens, and to which degree, to which degree of magnitude does it compound with distance, etc., etc. So long as you do not do that, you can't just throw a word and claim that you've answered the problem that is being addressed by the image you just presented. It's not enough.
You're too advanced. I don't ask for any formulas.
Yeah, I know.
I just ask for a simple drawing of how you think this happens. And I know that anyone who's going to draw it and will have to draw a curved line from the top of the mountain down will find it ridiculous themselves. They won't do it. So they won't do this. They have no other alternatives. So they simply can't articulate it. They have no other choice.
Yeah. Whenever I say I saw, I don't know who it was, and was it No Thanks? Yeah, showing an image and say, I see global Earth debunked. I mean, okay, can you please lead me to the following the thought process that lead from seeing this image and thinking the global Earth is debunked. You can just say that. To my understanding, you have to walk me through what it implies. That's how you work with, for example, what is it called? Reasoning to absurdity. You claim something, you work your way out, you realize it leads to something that doesn't make sense, so you can say that it's not true. And they cannot help you, walk you through their logic. They just make, exactly like Jose said today, they make leaps and they hope you will trust them.
Right, like Bev asked Brenda, says, do you agree? Because maybe you agree and you can save me the trouble of finding the evidence.
Yeah, so sorry for having high standards, you know?
And if Brenda agrees, that means you don't need to test your hypothesis. Say everyone in the world agree. Does it mean you shouldn't test it?
Yeah, I see where you're... Absolutely. Even if everyone agrees, that doesn't mean it's true.
Everyone agreed back in the days that heavier objects fall faster than less heavier objects. And then a guy go on the pizza tower and drop two balls. One is heavier than the other, and guess what? Doesn't matter what everyone knows.
What is their reaction to the video? I mean, granted, it's just a video. It doesn't prove anything in the eye of a flat earther. But if you show the video of, you know, the vacuum room with a feather and a bowling ball falling at the same rate.
No, it's not my line of argumentation. I try to bring Bev argument proofs only, if possible.
But they're always the same. Weeks after weeks. He hasn't changed tune for weeks.
Well, he tried first. He tried the line that he can prove that level is horizontal. He was called on it by prominent flat earther. What's his name? Brandon Toy.
Yep.
Twice, I think. Twice. So he realized that wouldn't work even with flat earthers. So I had to go to something else that does not involve this test, but to somehow realize Euclid from the premise that level is horizontal, because water level is a tool that creates a horizontal frame of reference. I still need to make a video on how many times he said it when he talked to I Can Science That. I think it's at least like 20 or 30 times.
Also, not to throw the people who made the tool under the bus, but he's perfectly okay with believing what is said by the people who made the tool. Yet he doesn't want to It doesn't want to concede to what mainstream science says. I mean, if one of them is wrong, let's say that one of them is wrong. I know that when the the makers of the tool say that it establishes a horizontal, they don't mean it the way Bev thinks they do. But let's assume that they mean that. One of them is wrong. Why is he so okay to believe the maker of the tool and not mainstream science? Why is one lying and not the other?
Which two?
The auto level.
Well, everyone agrees what auto level does.
Yes, I was throwing a hypothetical. Like let's imagine, for instance, that what it says about what it does is exactly what Bev interprets of it. Like when it establishes a horizontal, it does it for the whole Earth, which is not what they say. But if they said that, why does he believe them and he disbelieves everybody else?
No one says it established it for the whole Earth. We agree.
Didn't say that. No, you didn't follow my
well, I did follow. We all agree that auto level create horizontal, horizontal plane of reference. We all agree. Everyone agrees. Now, for some reason, his horizontal plane gets tired after 50 feet.
Yes, I know. I was not saying that. I was working on a hypothetical that let's admit that when the makers of the tool, when they say that, they mean exactly what Bev think they mean.
Right, Chucky. What he's saying is he's got sources for his information and the way that he's interpreting that information.
He chooses who to believe and who not to believe.
Right, he's choosing. Yes, he's choosing what. Why are you calling me when I'm in the middle of this?
You're roboting a lot, Doofus. We can't hear you.
He gets a call, I think.
Yeah, people keep calling me right when I'm talking. He's choosing what information to accept and believe uncritically, because it aligns with what he's thinking that they mean. Yeah.
And that's not even accounting for the fact that he completely misinterprets what they mean when they say what the tool is for.
Right, and there's an interesting wrinkle there, because he was repeating constantly for a while hydrostatic equilibrium. He used to say that for a couple of months, almost every time you talk to him about water level. And now he doesn't say that anymore because hydrostatic equilibrium, it shows the gravity must be a thing. So he's got to get off the hydrostatic equilibrium talking point now.
We can hope that over time he will drop that argument too.
Can the Spider-Man come out to play?
Has anyone ever told like a flat earther that like horizontal is basically just perpendicular to vertical?
Thousands of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They'll say it themselves too, but they'll say something even more absurd, like the Bevs and Mobiuses and all sorts of people will say, horizontal is perpendicular to vertical, and your verticals diverge. That means horizontal must bend, which is not true. That's not the requirement.
Okay. Well, listen, I've got a stray cat on my back door, and I need to go buy some sardines, so I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
I kept chuckling during Blue's conversation with Mobius about how many times he had to be corrected of horizontal needing to bend. That's not a requirement. I've posted to him in text chat Similarly, either horizontal bends or level bends. Which one is it do we say as people who proponent of the spherical Earth? Which one do we say we adhere to? And he won't acknowledge the fact that he's just arguing a straw man. He refuses to acknowledge that.
I have really quick. I have a clip over here. I'm gonna play the clip. It's a 13-second clip. Let me see what it say. See my screen share. You will see that. Let me play it now. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Your definition of horizontal?
Perpendicular to plumb.
That plumb line, you agreed that plumb line is perpendicular to horizon.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, note the psychology there. I said horizontal is perpendicular to plumb.
Yeah.
And in Paper's head, I said that horizontal is perpendicular to the horizon because he defines horizontal as parallel to the horizon. So hear me say horizon when I said horizontal.
Recounting of it, because he said, yeah, the plumb's perpendicular to the horizon.
And say you agreed. I never agreed to such nonsense.
Agree to not agree.
No, he think I'm saying something I didn't say.
That's
Because
their
in his head,
strategy.
it's equivalent. If I said horizontal, I said horizon. It's the same.
Yeah. They are case studies. We are enjoying a beautiful flat Earth diagram on screen right now, shared by Zeb Tepi, because flat Earthers don't want to share. Therefore, ourselves, we share the goodies with the audience.
It's lacking the trails that the planets leave when they hurl through the galaxy.
Don't pick on that too much. Then you be picking on that, man.
No, I think it adds a lot.
No. How about that's one diagram. Anybody got a special diagram that you have seen shared by flat earthers? I got one. I posted it yesterday right here.
Comedy hour now.
Huh?
What is this, comedy hour now?
This comedy hour now? Yeah.
It's a comedy show, always.
Look at that right there. The square and stationary earth. I have seen that used a lot around.
Yeah, I forgot who used to post this nonsense.
Also, I posted it because it's a high quality one. Like click, if I click, we can see all kinds of details. How funny that this one is got all kinds of curves up and down.
Right.
It's not flat, it's not globe, it's concave and convex at the same time.
Right. It's not completely spherical, but it's kind of part of a sphere.
Where's water seeking its level on that?
Everywhere.
Also, what kind of stars would you be able to see in this situation?
All of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's Polaris right there.
Not Aristarchus?
The moon and the sun. No, that's Polaris right here.
It's Aristarchus, not Polaris. The tree of life.
Yeah, it's concave, convex, and flat all at the same time. The flat is like right in the parameters right outside the Antarctica. Skate park Earth. Skate park Earth. I like that very much. Everybody wins.
Do a nollie, dude.
No, not everybody wins. It's not hollow. No,
Well, flip it over, bruh.
yeah, I consider myself a pretty open-minded guy. I listened for one man who claimed that the Earth is hollow for hours. I didn't want to get into a confrontation with him. I just let him roll and let my mind wander in that wonderful place, you know? I don't care. I don't mind that kind of thing. I heard one guy talking about his past lives. I heard Jehovah Witnesses, uh, you know, rolling on with their texts and etc. I don't mind being told a good story when I am not asked whether or not I agree with that. When I'm just, hey, just can you please listen to this? I'm like, okay, fine, I'll imagine it with you, but don't ask me if I agree, because as soon as this turns into a debate, all bets are off. I just rip everything you're going to say. But if
Right. I always told you I can't argue with you. If you if you had voices that told you, there's nothing I can say about it because I didn't hear them. Gets his data from a higher dimension. I have no access there.
So they got the Ayo Bagamoto. What?
Where all the left? Yeah, go on.
I'll tell you what, I find the Jehovah Witnesses way more amicable than flat earthers, because I had whole debates with them, not agreeing with them. I told them this is my point of contention. They are the ones who just backed off and say, oh, we will come back to you with answers, because uh, most of the time they had some younglings coming to me and, you know, like training for debating with even hotter people to talk to. And sometimes they did not have an answer for what I had to say. And they just backed off and they say, I don't know. I don't know. I'll come back to you later. And I guess they consulted with their more advanced debaters and I don't know what's the word for that, but and then they come back to me and we have a wonderful debate. I did not concede. But at no point did any of us get angry in the conversation. That never happened. I was okay. I looked at their video. I went to their reunions. I was very curious about that. But flat earthers, as soon as it gets heated, oh, it's unbearable.
Yep.
Yeah, Jose, I now remember what I talked with Rakia, with the great believer, the follower of God. Bev said something about horizon is flat and level, and I said I don't think Rakia will agree, because I know Rakia take pictures of the horizon, they're never flat and level.
Right.
So when Rakia came, I said, Rakia, do you agree with Bev that horizon is flat and level? He said,
Oh,
I don't. You listen, Chai? You listen?
Hmm.
I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Easy
Whi-
cop
Which,
out. Yeah.
which tells me what kind of man of God there is. And I told him there is a special hell for people like him. Those who say they believe in God, they say one thing and act like they don't.
Yep. Damn, what? My files are too powerful? I tried to upload a file and he didn't let me. An image. It's okay. I'll take a screenshot.
Sometimes if Discord gets laggy, I just quit it and relaunch it and everything's fine.
That's good. Yeah, I was just adding to that map that I shared with the audience. Now it's complete. and you guys can see what we got here going on. There you go. See what I got?
Can you put Bev there?
But you see what I put? Yeah, there you go. Skater.
Who's that?
It's Montreal with his skateboard.
Oh, okay.
It's Montreal with the skateboard. Hey, let me look at the chat. I was doing this and I didn't look at the chat for a few minutes. We'll have to look into that now. Can somebody put Bev in that image, please? All right, I'll do it. It's gonna take me a minute, hopefully.
I think today is Bev's last chance to talk to Red's rhetoric.
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh yeah.
Really? Is it today?
no, not the debate. The discussion about the terms of the debate.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do it. Not
And
gonna
there's
happen,
another
man.
guy.
Sorry.
There's another guy who offered to debate him, but his conditions are that if Bev does not comply with the conditions, Bev will have to pay 200 quid to some charity.
Mm. Yeah.
And Bev says the terms are ridiculous.
All right.
Yeah. The Fred told me that Bev might want might want one of the condition for the debate was that I'll read it out loud. I expect the debate to be hilarious, but I have lower expectation about the debate about how to debate. Bev, I'm sure, will stipulate that he will not debate unless Red accepts that level is horizontal.
They're not gonna move, yeah, past the first point. They aren't.
Yeah. This is going nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, the other guy doesn't require Bev to say that Earth is flat. They will debate. The subject will be horizontal on Earth is a flat surface, yes or no. But he required that Bev needs to present evidence for his claims. That's one of the conditions, which probably are, for Bev, seems ridiculous.
I would love it if he actually came with his quote shared straight line segment test. That would be awesome if he went into a show, tried to present that. It's it's ripe for ridicule because he thinks that necessitates level is a flat line.
And a debate should be, do your opening statement, both sides. I mean, depends on the structure of the debate. But if they're gonna have like a few minutes, like 2 minutes and 2 minutes back and forth, 5 minutes back and forth, I wouldn't listen to something 5 minutes, but just talking, rambling nonsense. I would like make it quick, like 2 minute, intervals, back and back and back and back. But that interruption, the way Bev does it, he just take people off track with the like with his annoying, just colorful commentary. Yeah, it would have been horrible if it's like that.
No,
I'll be back in a second.
he wouldn't be able to do that on a debate.
Especially not with Red.
Well, Reddy won't be the moderator. There will be a host. I don't remember the host name, and the chosen moderators by Red and Bev.
Probably not Brainy Beaver.
Can't hear you, Doofus.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, probably not Brainy Beaver.
Did Dan, the Waterman, came back and give us his definition of what a distant sunset is?
He's expecting the sun to set in the same place as distant objects, or the way that he expects to see it is that the sun is in front of something in the distance, which is really odd. That's what he means by distant sunset, is he sees the sun behind things that are also behind the horizon.
Like things we see every day, all day around us.
Like, it hasn't clicked to him that the sun being farther than every possible thing on Earth means that no matter what, the sun is going to be behind something that's on Earth.
Yeah, so I think I'm more confused than about his definition of a local sunset. I mean, if he took a picture of the sun being in front of anything, that would be awesome.
Oh, there are some picture of the sun being in front of clouds. Seems.
Huh.
I think Brian Lickey brought them once. How gullible can you be?
Man, that actually brings back memories of Whammer. I wonder whatever happened to Whammer. Man, that was like a couple of years ago.
Who's Whammer?
Oh, he's the guy that was hanging out at Gems. And I think you could find him over at 24/7 as well. But yeah, Whammer was not too bright. I mean, not many flat earthers are, I guess, but I mean, it's he had his own peculiar brand of not too bright. It was interesting.
You say not too bright, even in comparison to other flat earthers.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Was he like Jim CBR not bright or Dimok not bright? Like
They always take the cake. He wasn't quite that far gone, but I think it was pretty bad. Demok and Jin are unchallenged in absurdity.
right.
Jin is not bright. No.
James is the master of and ignoring what he see.
He just ignores what anybody's saying. He goes with his ramble. That's it. He ignores everything.
All time is in preaching time.
All the opinions of the other people, all the the trying to figure out what he's talking about, what he want to talk about, try to make it understand like you're missing this point and this point. He doesn't want to listen to any of that. He just ignores everything. He say what he has to say. Period.
Kind of like Brian Mabbott. And where is Brian Mabbott? I saw him before.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
He's like make his presence known and disappear.
Yep.
He has to do chores for Mrs. Mabbott.
Could be.
And I saw
Brian was on yesterday as well, from what I could see. Like, I mean, I was kind of skulking in the background and just listening to it. Like, but yeah, he was there.
Yeah. C4 say that Jin is like the rest, nothing more than a liar.
Jin is more of a liar than most, I want to say. Because I mean, we'll have a conversation. We'll talk about particular pieces of evidence, data that's been collected. And then he'll turn around and say, less than 5 minutes later, that that data doesn't exist, even though it was presented to him.
Yeah.
I'll disagree with you, but admit I could be wrong. I think he is just really, really, really stupid.
That too, that adds. He's very stupid and he just ignore. He just blanks
Yeah.
his own mind. He blank out on things that has been spoken to him in real time, and he just come behind you. You think he's gonna answer you, but he's gonna repeat the same thing. You never show this. You never present this. I never seen this. I was just telling you, but he's not listening. That's the key.
Exactly. Yeah. He's talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Memento.
And if he's not talking, he's thinking about what he's going to say next, which is exactly the thing that he just finished saying. So it should be easy. And Bev too has a memory problem.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be. It's nothing more. If I was read rhetorics and smart enough, I wouldn't call it. I would call it a debate. But what would happen is to give each person 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We go to 10 rounds or whatever. We go to 5 rounds each of 5 minutes each to speak your points and may ask your questions. And then when it's my turn, I either ask the question or not, or just make my point and ask you a question. You accept. If you want to answer the question, answer it. If not, just speak your point. Just take 5 minute rounds, and then in those 5 minutes, they can blabble all they want. Bev can blabble all his bullshit geometry and flat is horizontal, level is horizontal, and then Red can educate you, and the public will listening. All right, we got this evidence, this, and just laying down there. And people will look at the end of the day and say, all right, we saw one guy who gave us a lot of information about the globe, how everything works and how everything adds to reality. And then we got the other person just rambling about a definition of a word and just saying wishy-washy things, geometry and math,
You're naive. Because the Bevites will later says, ha, you see how he humiliated the
Yeah, they can say whatever they want, but what's going to be 200 people that's going to watch that Bev thing at the end of the day, at the end of a month, and 2 or 3,000 people that is going to listen to Red and what he say, what he's done. So it's not comparison, man.
You gave him maybe 150 more people that will listen to him.
Oh yeah, but when you add up, in the next coming days and weeks, it will add up to at least 200 people viewing his videos. It'll be all right.
He hasn't agreed. Is that what is happening? He still has to agree, and he has not.
Yes, he has not agreed yet.
Well, it's not going to happen then, right?
Yeah. I think he's calling out Red. He's calling out Red, like, hey, come over and talk to us and tell us and come here and let me educate you. But he haven't accept or agreed to go on a debate with him at all.
Oh yeah, he won't do it in a fair, neutral forum. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happened to domesticated primate? Is he still bitching around? I mean, kicking around?
They're fighting. Bev and him fighting to each other.
Oh, still his cookie or something? Yeah, you have to. I looked at that picture, Jose. You have to make Bev a lot shorter than that if he's scale to what's his name on the skateboard? He's only 4'2", right?
Yeah. True that. I did it twice as big. I did it like 7
And
foot tall.
I wouldn't normally make fun of somebody's height, but he rips on Jem for being short.
Oh yeah, I heard that. That's nothing.
Oh,
I rip on Jen because Jen Panda is just a piece of shit that accepts all the has-beens in his server and allow people to death threat others, and he does nothing about it. I don't give a fuck how you talk, your accent, or the way you look, and none of that shit. I don't care about none of that. I care about you, the way you interact with me. That's all I see.
Are you talking about because I think he's banned Merle again for death threats?
No, hey, Chris MCM, Chris is there. When Chris is banned, then I'll give him credit. But Chris MCM have death threat. Pitche have made death threats. John Bernards have made death threats. But Chris MCM, he had made a death threat directly to me, and Gen Panda did nothing about it. The other mods were laughing about it. The other mods were laughing, and Gen Panda knows about it, and he did nothing about it. So I left the server months ago.
Yeah, the other problem with Jim Pan's server is that the mods, if they decide that you're boring, they mute you. Just because they think you're boring. That's it. And Jim Panda does nothing about that as well.
Yeah, he does. That's Queen.
No, it's not just Queen. It's what's the name? Yeah, if they decide you're boring, you get muted. End of.
Queen is not a mod.
I don't. Yeah, but
Queen is a mod now.
Yeah, she what she does, she influences that other mod. What's his name? That is kind of like a senior mod. She influences him. If she decides that you're boring, or he decides you're boring, you just get muted. You don't get a chance to speak. End of.
That's to me, in my case, is because they just choose who to mute or not because of personal reasons.
Exactly.
So it has nothing to do with the conversation. Have nothing to do about your behavior or breaking rules. If I go in there and the mod is somebody that I have had issues with in the past, they would just instantly mute me. Give no explanation.
Oh, I mean, I had no issues with Queen when I went in there. Absolutely no issue. I'd never even spoken to her. And next thing I know, in chat, she's telling me how boring I am, what I'm doing here, yeah, blah blah blah. And at first, I was just ignoring her for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I was just totally ignoring her. And then after a while, I just, I was still getting muted by one of the other senior mods just because he decided I was boring. And then she kept going on about it as well. So therefore, I'm boring and I get muted. So it's kind of like
I agree with you. She's awful.
You see,
I think
it's ridiculous.
That's her shtick, right? She's just a weak person, and she likes.
Yeah, if she just decides she doesn't like you for no reason, she'll tell you. Okay.
Well, I don't fucking care because I ignored her for months.
Oh, I did as well. Yeah, I did. And I just responded for the once, and then that was it. They were all over me after that.
Veach is good though, and Scott Veach when he's there.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. He is one of the biggest pieces of shit in that server. He's got a personal issue with me, and every time that I went before I left the server, he just muted me out of nowhere. He just told me shut the fuck up and muted me out of nowhere without me doing anything wrong because he's a piece of shit.
Sure? You sure?
Yes,
I'm sure. Is sure it was Scott? I mean, like.
Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm very sure. Yes,
because in my opinion, he never mutes anyone.
He muted me a few times.
And if you ask him to unmute you, he will. Like he's the most.
No,
I
asked him.
He is fair.
I made a comment once and I just was server muted and I asked in the chat box what happened. He said you were hot micing. I said no, I was commenting on the topic. He said no, you were hot micing. I said all right, I'll mute myself. Unmute me. He never unmuted me. I was sitting there for 2 hours waiting to be unmuted. Fucking piece of shit.
2 hours. Come on.
Yes. And then 2 days later, then I got a death threat and I just left. I said, like, anybody gonna do anything about me? Ha, deal with it. Have to grow thick skin. I say, really? Somebody told me to, kill myself and then throw myself in a dish and die. And you guys gonna say, walk it off? Really? Go fuck yourself. And I left.
Yeah, that's not a death threat.
It's not a death threat when somebody tell you go stab yourself, shoot yourself in the head, and fall in the dish. No? Okay. All right. I guess.
You guys. Do you remember when George? George said to George. Sorry, he said to I forget her name. The Australian lady. He said he wants to reach through the computer and choke her, and she took that as a death threat. She cried I think that was on Granty's. I thought you were there, Jose.
Wait, what George?
I don't remember.
It was like a year ago. What was her name?
Never mind her name. Who is George?
George Matchuk.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
He's like, I could just come through the computer and choke you as just a thing we say. And she's like, and she starts to cry. He wants to kill me, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, that's a big no-no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big no-no.
Like that, yeah.
In here, we call it incitation to self-harm, which is also forbidden. but yeah, it's not exactly the same thing as a threat.
Right, that's different.
And I have to remember not to swear in here, right, Jose?
Nah, you can fuck here, fuck there. It's all right.
Okay.
No biggie, yeah.
And
I didn't
I
used
was
to swear until construction.
Right.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
as
I
long,
can't.
as long as you're not like cursing like every single freaking sentence, you know. It's,
But that's how I talk now. It's all right. Let's get the fucking
I'm
meeting
not,
going.
I'm
Let's
not, I'm
go.
not wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't swear. I'm just saying it's
And-
like you get some people who's like every other word is fuck this, fuck that, fuck the other, and you know all the freaking time. You know, it's just it gets a bit much after a while.
But I was on
So,
video. Wait. I was on video audio chat program once, and I'm not. I wasn't in that room, so I didn't witness it. But some guy did hang himself live on camera.
Yeah, that does happen. That's happened a number of times throughout internet history. Yeah.
where did you
And-
say that was?
It's a program called Paltalk. It was, I think, 10, maybe more years ago.
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
And it was an insult room, and the guy was mentally unstable, and I think some of them encouraged him to do it, and I did it. People told me before, I'm going to hang myself. I'm going to say, do it. I want to see it. Do it.
Yeah, people do that.
You threatening me? No, I knew they're not going to kill themselves.
But if somebody's going to kill themselves, you saying to do it or not to isn't going to change their mind. So,
Yeah, well, others were trying to contact the police, but no one knew exactly where he lives.
Yeah, he's in a room with 4 walls and a door.
Police have got ways and means of actually tracing where that's actually coming from. They got the ways and means of doing it.
They can go to the city. They can't go much more than that, can they?
I don't know if they even knew the city. They knew he's from England, I think, but not.
No, they can find out. They can find out. But by the time that all happens, it'll be too late. The police.
Well, the guys from the side can find his IP, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, all these things take time, and by the time he's hanging from the rope, he will be dead anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. By the time that all happens, it's too late anyway. But anyway. Can we talk about something different?
I was just going to point out it is possible to use the F word as an adjective, an adverb, a noun, and a verb, and you can use it 4 times in one sentence in all forms.
Okay.
Still more words than 8, folks.
Oh, fuck off! You're joking.
Provided to you by YouTube, copyright-free, royalty-free, background elevator music. Very low in the background, so it won't bother anybody.
Sorry, did I hear somebody say that you can't convince somebody to commit suicide if they don't want to, or something to that effect?
I think Chucky might have done.
Yes.
Well, you can.
Yeah. Well, you are wrong, sir.
If somebody doesn't want to commit suicide, you can tell them to do it, and they will.
Yes. If you apply enough pressure, they will. Yeah.
Yeah, you can convince. Certainly,
you can convince. Yeah, you can convince somebody enough. Yeah.
Well, you're right. It has happened to kids with online bullying. When the kids going on them as well. Why don't you just kill yourself? And kids have done that. They have done that because of online pressure and stuff to tell them to kill themselves, and they have. Yeah, so that has happened.
But I would still argue that it happens to more than just the kids who commit suicide, right? So it's yes, if you're being online bullied and you commit suicide, that doesn't make that bullying okay. But there was still other issues beyond that bullying that made a kid commit suicide.
Yeah, they're kids, dude. They're kids. Freaking hell, they're kids.
I usually complain about this type of topics and the words, but whatever.
I mean, they don't understand the intricacies of life at that stage. I mean, come on. How old are you?
47.
Bad topic.
Do you have?
You're younger than I am, and fuck me,
Yeah, do
like
you have
you
kids?
should know better. Excuse my French, like, but excuse me, like, but
Oh, no, it's
you
fine.
should know better. Okay?
Do you have kids?
Can we
Yes.
change the topic to about, I don't know, plastic surgeries or something?
Okay.
If my child wants to have
Okay.
plastic surgery,
I have kids.
should I
I have
talk to them
kids.
about it?
I
Have you
have
talked
kids.
to
I
them
have one
about
kid.
having unwanted plastic surgery?
Yeah. I want to entertain that for a minute. I mean, at least we step away from the suicide topic.
Oh
It
my
was
god. Okay.
hardcore.
Okay.
Well,
No.
I thought
okay.
we were just using
I'm
it as
signing
fun.
out. I'm
It
signing
was
out.
rough. Yeah, it was rough. The topic. For real.
I just heard, excuse my French. I'm French and how dare you? Nah, just kidding.
Can you have an
Sacre
unwanted?
bleu.
Can you have an Can you have an
Do you call
unwanted?
the
Can you have
unwanted
an
plastic surgery?
unwanted? Yeah.
I think Michael Jackson had a few.
It's not unwanted. It's very wanted.
Just unwarranted, I guess.
Wanted. I think they all are. Well, except from those who are a result of injuries or something.
Yeah. I imagine you would still have a say in how they rebuild you.
Yeah, I'm talking about like lipo and stuff like this.
Can we talk about hemorrhoids?
We can.
They're a pain in the ass.
Really, all I'm going to say is I had them.
Oh no! Did you use like a little donut shape cushion thingy?
And
To sit
no,
down?
no, I used paste that is made from seals, I think, something like that.
You do
My
not
cousin-
want to accidentally reach for the tiger balm.
One of my cousins, he had a donut shaped cushion thing to sit on. He carried it everywhere.
I don't know if that helps.
Well, at least your butthole will be like not directly sitting on the chair. The butthole will be in the donut hole, area, and then you're around it will be cushioned.
Yeah, but the hammer.
I
the
think
hemorrhoid-
those cushions are really used for the people that have them that are really big. They've got severe case of it. So
Yeah.
it depends how bad it is. If somebody's got that cushion, then yeah, they've got it bad.
But that would make the growth of the hemorrhoid easier
Well, it will make it less painful for you in the daily basis.
on the first, but then you need the bigger and bigger cushions.
Oh man. Some people have had unwanted hemorrhoids. Who have had an unwanted hemorrhoid?
Who had
Who's
wanted
had,
hemorrhoid?
yeah, I was going to say, who's had a wanted hemorrhoid? They're not something you really want. Believe you me. Jesus.
Yeah, the question should be who will want who will want a hemorrhoid,
Well, we know those people. We have name for them now. Masochists.
Well,
I don't even think I don't know any, but
People who have pleasure
Okay.
from having pain.
ladies and gentlemen, all the masochists in the audience, please join the call and tell us if you would like a hemorrhoid, and then Chucky will help you out.
Yeah,
oh.
we can arrange a way that you'll have one.
I might add as well, it's pretty unusual just to have one. Trust me, they usually come in multiples.
They come in matching sets.
Several, yeah.
Woo.
Is that something we all get as we get older, or no?
I hope
Definitely
not.
not. I had them when I was younger. Now I don't have them.
Okay, good.
It's more common in older people, but yeah, you can have them when you're younger. Yeah, you can do. But it's just more common in elderly people.
I didn't know we were the same age, Chucky.
Yeah. Your birthday is, I want to say, February.
March 15, yeah.
Mine's January 26th. 75.
Alright, yeah, 75. Yeah, a few months older than me. The same boat.
Yeah. Respect your elders. So,
Yeah. right.
young fella.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm 6 foot tall.
I'm almost
Well,
5'11".
DP is 6'3".
Okay. What do you
We
think will
both
be?
used to have more hair and less belly.
Yes, indeed. I accept that. Which one is worst? The flat or ball shaped hemorrhoids? There you go.
Oh. Okay, this conversation is way more uncomfortable than the suicide.
Jose, if you start losing viewers right now, that's your fault. You suggested it.
I will not sit for this, Jose.
Oh man.
Why do
But
you have
flat,
hemorrhoids?
flat horizontally or vertically flat, you know.
Well, there are bumps and ridges on them.
Yeah. Shout out to Hold On. You did this. Look at that. We're losing viewers because I'm following Hold On request to talk about hemorrhoids.
No, I don't think you're losing anyone.
Yeah, I lost like 15 people now. It was 50. There was 50 when we're talking about suicide, but it's a harsh topic because some people on the audience are going through that thing. Not personally, but family, and I don't,
Well,
It's hard, it's
PSA
hard.
announcement: if you have thoughts, reach out to a loved one or a mental health professional, and hopefully you get help. I hope that came through.
Yes. Can we talk about googly eyes? Who invented the googly eyes?
It was a Canadian.
Yeah, bullshit. How you know that? Have you looked that up?
No, did you?
Did you just make that up?
I did just make that up.
No, that's a great invention. Googly eyes for all kinds of stuffed animals and all kinds of good shit.
All right, so who's by their computer that can look it up, Jose?
Oh, googly eyes, like electronic googly eyes.
I might say that it was a Japanese invention, actually, if I'm gonna guess.
My guess is Gintama. Yeah, definitely Gintama.
Do you think the same guy that invented googly eyes invented the Nintendo? And I don't know why I associated that with it. I'm trying to be a flat earther, like the most random topics. Brad Wagner asks, Jose, will Bev debate red rhetoric? The answer is no. My answer is no. I used to say opinions are like assholes, like we all have one, but opinions are like assholes. They're stinky and nobody want to see it.
Yeah, everyone has one, and some of them are full of shit.
Yeah, full of shit and stinky and ugly looking. So I don't know if we want that.
Bev doesn't really debate, though. All I've ever seen is he lets you present something, and he doesn't ever present his evidence. He just straw man's yours.
Question, a legit question. Why do some dogs? I mean, I cannot say about cats. I'm not familiar because I'm a dog guy, right? Why do dogs? Some of them like watching TV. Not none of my dogs, but one of my sister's dogs. He likes watching TV. Why do any of my dogs like watching TV? What do I have to do for him to watch TV? And I try to hold it and set it up and put something fun. They never do. What was the trick right there?
Some dogs are smarter than others.
Do they see in some kind of a spatial, like color thing or whatever? I don't know.
Well, I knew someone on that video program I told you. She had a dog who loved to watch the Nature Channel.
Right.
You put the Nature Channel, the dog will sit down at the TV and watch it. They all learn about all kind of animals.
And I could be wrong about this, but I don't think dogs see in black and white. They just have less cones than we do and more rods. So they see in less color, but not totally black and white.
Yeah, they adopted to see good at night.
You see, we got
Night vision.
biggest Douglas dog. He like animal shows. C4 dog. He like porn. You know, etc. etc.
Well,
Some
could it
dogs-
be like there might be a difference in your TV to your sister's TV? Maybe you got a 1080p TV. She's got like a 4K TV. Maybe it's like you've got like a plasma TV.
I think-
C4 clearly has a Cocker Spaniel.
I mean, for what I've heard, I mean, I don't know whether this is true, but isn't it dogs? They struggle to see in 3 dimensions, don't they, or something? I remember at YouTube somebody demonstrating. There's a YouTube video. They had the door open, and he wouldn't go past the door frame because he was used to screen being there. So he thought the screen was there, so he couldn't actually see the screen, but he knew the frame was there, so he'd stop. So yeah, I think dogs struggle to see 3 dimensions or something
Well,
related.
no, they have binocular vision. They're just dumb.
Do they? Maybe.
Was it a Dalmatian?
Well, I'm not sure. Dalmatians are dumb. You think Dalmatians are dumb?
I do.
I don't think they're.
But I had a beagle, and some people say beagles are dumb. Ours was smart, but the one I know now is dumb.
Yeah, probably
So,
just depends on the individual dog, probably.
Yeah.
Well, from my experience, most hunting dogs are pretty dumb.
I see. I disagree. I think they're just less trainable and more instinctual, right?
No, they're dumb. They're dumb because they've been bred to be dumb for one purpose only, and that they can't survive in society. In any kind of
Our
other-
dog, we had to leave her out all day, so she would find a warm place to go.
Look at
or
that
she'd
dog
dig a
watching.
hole in the snow. Like,
Look at that dog watching football. He is like into it.
My brother had a golden, and she was the dumbest dog I ever saw.
and some Goldens are smart, so that's the one they often say is smart, and I don't agree. Some are dumb.
Right, they say golden is smart dog, and she wasn't.
We make fun
I
of
mean,
my niece. She's
Golden,
blonde,
like
and she has a blonde Golden, and her Golden is dumb, and she says it's like her.
You mean golden retriever or?
Yeah, golden retriever. She had this ball, this rubber ball, and each time someone she likes come in, she runs, pick up the ball. She doesn't give it to you, but she come to you with the ball. I don't know for what purpose.
Well, because she's a retriever, right? So that she thinks that's a bird, and you're supposed to take it, I think.
No,
but she
it's
doesn't let
like-
it go.
No, she hold it in her mouth. She just when she see you come in the house, like after you haven't been there for a few hours, she runs to pick up the ball, and then she comes to you to get a pet or something. But she don't give you the ball.
And what's your response to that though?
That's it. That's
Do you go? Do you go? Screw you, dog!
No, I say, hey.
I've had a busy day.
Her name was Sky, and says Sky, hello, and she's happy and everything, but she hold the ball in her mouth.
Okay.
So where we live,
Maybe she's missed you. Maybe she's missed you, and she just wants
She
you
sure
to.
did. She sure did. But why
Yeah.
you need the ball? What's the ball is for?
She doesn't want to give you the ball because she knows if you give.
Then
She
why
gives you
why
the
you
ball.
going to pick it up?
she didn't even know it was a ball. She thought it was flat.
Could be. With that dog, I'm sure that could be.
So with our beagle, I thought she was smart because we went for a walk and it was very dry and it was hot, and there was just a little, like half an inch of water in the ditch. So she dug a little hole, waited for it to fill up with water, and then drank that. And instead of going thirsty or licking sand. So I thought that was pretty smart.
I have heard some people that actually argue that cats are either smarter than dogs or have more personality. I 100% disagree with that.
Yeah, 100% disagree.
Yeah, they have
No, no, no,
personality, and it
no, no, no.
sucks.
Cats are smart.
Well, I
A
wouldn't
dog
say
won't.
so.
A dog won't come to your doorstep and
If cats were
try
smart,
to influence you in your actions. A cat will.
if cats were smart, they wouldn't fall from windows on sidewalks and die.
If you ignore your dog, she'll come and put her head under your hand and walk so that you pet her. They'll pet themselves. That's smart.
Yes.
Your dogs do that, Jose?
Yes. They
Yeah,
look for attention.
that's-
They want the attention. If I don't get them, they get me.
They remind you.
Have any dog owners woken up to see a cat, their cat, next to them, under the pillows or the blankets, and head on the pillow, like a human being? I've seen that multiple times.
So okay. So do cats sleep under your blanket? Like, do they lift it up and find a way to lift
I've
it up?
had
And
multiple cats. Yeah, I've had multiple cats that will. I'll wake up in the morning and they're asleep next to me. Their body is under the blankets or the sheets, and their head is on the pillow.
Nah, I think they're evil. They're poor evil. They will suck your breath at night and kill you, man.
I've stepped on my cat dozens of times.
They're betrayal you. They're traitors.
Not necessarily. I know cats usually are not get tied to people, but to places. But some do get tied to people. I knew a guy. He used to walk around the place I lived, and he walked for the whole day, and there was a cat following him everywhere he went.
Shit, look at that! Look at that shit! Isn't that shit scary, bro? That's a nightmare.
Octocat.
Shit, that's a nightmare, bro. Hell no.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really have any kind of preference either way. Cats, dogs, whatever, like you were, but I do think there are certain animals that have some kind of level of intelligence that they will adapt to our human kind of way of life. I used to have a girlfriend that had black Labradors, and one of them used to wait for me every day. He used to know when I would be home, when I'd be coming home. I'd open the door, and there he was, waiting for me, happy to see me. But I also have a cat now, the neighbor's cat, that seems to know every time I'm walking up the back for a cigarette, she's there. For some reason, she knows when I'm going to be there. It's just weird.
Shit. I wouldn't know what to do if I see a cat, just if I go to a place and I see a cat like, oh, the back, hair standing up in the back. Dude, I run so far and so fast. Them fuckers are evil.
Jose, you big, cat small.
No, them fuckers are evil. They got long nails, like long yeah. No, hell no.
Yeah, you kick them once, they run away.
Take my eyes out, bro, and they don't die. You know, they're like made out of rubber. Not that I have tried to kill a cat, but I don't think I don't think they'll die because they jump from the top of the ceiling of the roof and they fall in their legs, so they won't. You know, some center of gravity type of thing going on there. That's
But there's a
Yeah.
lot of stray cats here, and they are not hostile ever. They like don't care about you most of the time, unless they're looking for food or something. They don't.
All I can say is I grew up in Africa where we have bigger cats and that. So I mean, a pussycat for me is no problem.
They don't show fear and don't show interest.
But look at their nails. Look. They're even filing their own nails, bro. Them fuckers are sharp, like razor blades. Shit.
Yeah, for good reason. They can run and up a tree and avoid a big dog.
And they can betray you and slice your face and take your eyes out and slice your dick or whatever.
Well, dogs known to kill their owners too.
Nah, dogs are alright. That's bias, right? Damn, what a
No. Well, Chihuahuas.
How many cats have killed their owners compared to dogs?
Shit, a bunch.
I don't think so.
Well, one of our cats
Siegfried's cat really tried to.
Yeah, one of our cats attacked my mom, and she got infected bad.
My sister went through that. She got infected because my nephew decided to get a cat when there were two dogs in the house, and he had it in the room, but the cat escaped the room and he just jumped on one of the dogs, and the dog had to have surgery because he got infected on the intestines. And my sister, she got stabbed in the thighs, and she had to get that cleaned up and whatever. Fuck
I
no.
heard to say your sister had a pussy dog. The dogs I knew, they would kill a cat in a heartbeat if they only could.
They are evil, man. Fuck no.
Yeah, but Jose's cats couldn't kill a cat. Or sorry, Jose's dogs couldn't kill a cat. I don't think.
But Chihuahuas, no, Chihuahua will die quick, man.
My brother now he has a Pekingese and she been here every time he went to abroad, so she feel big on the cats, and I don't care. I give her leash. But the cats, they are not afraid of her. So one day she ran to the cat, and the cat like stands up, and she like jump back, do like 3 rolls, and she come back to me. Yeah.
Look at that.
As long as
C4.
she's on the leash, she's like strong, but once I release the leash, she's not so strong.
C4 is a pet groomer, and he started grooming cats, and within 30 hours he started accepting cats. He was in the hospital in emergency room.
So does that make him a philophile?
Philophile, wow. Oof. Is that Ron Perlman cat? Hellboy's cat? Ron Perlman, right? That's his name? The original Hellboy?
Yeah, Ron Perlman's Hellboy, yeah.
Yeah, is this Ron Perlman's cat on screen right now? Looks like him. Physically looks like.
Is that a cat?
Yeah, Ron Perlman's cat. Yeah.
What kind of cat is it?
The Hellboy type. Big jaw, poker face, and giving 3 fucks. Yeah, that's him, Ron Perlman. Yeah, tell me it doesn't look like him, motherfucker. It's the same. It's the same character, the same being. Oh, I don't know where we're going. Hey, man. We're about to wrap it up very soon. I'm just chilling, relaxed.
Now, is Ron Perlman Rhea Perlman's brother?
Are they both from Pearl Harbor?
Maybe. Do you know who Rhea Perlman is?
No.
Danny DeVito's wife, Carla from Cheers.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing no.
I actually saw her and Danny DeVito. No. I saw Danny DeVito and her and his daughter yesterday on a video clip. Actually, by coincidence. They were talking about tattoos. They were analyzing, looking at people's that have Danny DeVito tattoos, and they were having all kind of fun. It was a fun video.
You can't not like Danny DeVito.
It's alright. I always like him. Cool.
I
One of the
don't.
original like short people famous. You know, like one of the most recognized short person in Hollywood. You don't like it, Ento? What?
Not particularly. Not really. No.
Yeah. But do you
Just saying
dislike
that to
him?
be edgy.
But do you dislike him?
No, not really. I think he's an overrated actor personally. But that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, I can say I don't like Danny DeVito.
I think I recognize him a lot from the Jewel of the Nile. Is that a movie? Or Romance is the Stone or some shit like that. He was in those movies, I think, the old school ones. Those were one of my favorite movies, like adventure movies ever. That was great. And Danny DeVito was in it, I think.
Who's shorter? Is it Danny DeVito or what's his face?
The other guy, Danny
Tom
DeVito.
Cruise. Tom Cruise.
Oh, they're like 2 inches away from each other.
You think so? I bet you Danny DeVito's not even 5'2".
I doubt he's even 5 foot, let alone 5'2".
Yeah, and Tom Cruise is 5'6", I think.
Oh, look at the chat. Apparently Danny DeVito's after me. He's gonna stab me. Apparently.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And Dustin Hoffman, I think, is shorter than Tom Cruise too.
Dustin Hoffman is a short guy, really?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise not like short. I mean, short-ish. I mean,
Well,
not...
like Bev, maybe like Bev.
No,
Almost
he's
a
taller
midget.
than Bev.
Damn.
Now I can say that I'm between Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise height. That's a good approximate.
So you're short, but not that short.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say you're between Tom Cruise and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Sorry, who?
Who?
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, the Great Cali or something. It's 7-foot giants. Hey, I got super chat. Is this Hold On? I think it is. Hold On. Did you just give me money, man? Yeah, I see in the PP. I got $10. Hold on. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate your support, man. Good looking out. Thank you for throwing the segue and taking us off a touchy topics. I appreciate that, brother. We went from people harming themselves to Danny DeVito's height. Great.
By way of hemorrhoids.
By taking the hemorrhoid route.
And it neatly wraps up into Bev.
What was that? What was the name of the female that Dustin Hoffman played? That's the name of the movie, right? I think very famous. I think I keep thinking Miss Doubtfire. I know that's Robin Williams, but I cannot put my finger on that name. And I don't want to Google it. It's too easy.
You just Google Dustin Hoffman's best movies, and
I don't want to do it. I want to at the top of my melon. I know it, but I just cannot spit it out.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's one of the famous roles of him. I think he won a Best Actor. Tootsie. Thank you, Steven. Tootsie. That's the name.
And to be fair, it's We were too young for that movie.
Yeah, I was, and I remember I watched it and I didn't understand it. I haven't watched it in 40 years, probably 35, 40 years. So I don't know what it is. I know that is him, No, it doesn't have. All right, let's get out of here.
I just remembered someone posted some stupid video on Bev's. It was who started this globe line. And it began, he said, I'm going to tell you about the Hebrew, Catholic, and Copernicus. I said, that's a good start for a joke. Hebrew, Catholic, Copernicus walk into a bar.
I'm waiting on a refresh on the message from that $10 from Hold On. The $10 had a message, but I didn't receive it, so I'm working on getting it now. Before we wrap it up and get out of here. Big shout out to Gary for being here for a little bit earlier, bringing the heat a little bit. We just segue to different topics. It was good. A good Friday, relaxed. Friday festivities. I had an image with like Medusa today. Looking for the Medusa image. What is it? Boom time. And didn't the text message? No. Oh well. Sorry for being such an itch in the ass. That was the message. But hold on. You were not an itch in the ass. You were just a balls in the
Festering
butt.
wound.
You were just blobs in the butt. Oh man, that's good shit. Good shit. I appreciate it. Final thoughts. Let's get out of here. Carl Christopherson, what's up? Jake.
I don't know. Not enough flat earthers around. It's no fun.
Do you got a message for your other half, babe?
Other quarter?
I think I gave him enough messages today.
Very good. I appreciate everybody, the 20 plus, 30 plus people that hung out with us in the small talk and just having fun, Small talk, and it's always good to not be all involved in these harsh, personal attacks and bullshit like that. It's good to just let your guard down and let the discussion flow a little bit, random topics. That's the whole idea, Everybody should have a little bit of fun and don't be too involved in serious topics. It's all good. Chucky Brad Boy, final thoughts.
Thank you, Jose, for having the show a little bit later, so it can be in at least on the end. And check Bev. Tell him when he wants to stop being a little baby, he can bandy. And thank you.
Thank you. Wow, wow, baby. Komar, final thoughts. Even if you were not here, you still can give a message to the audience. Gary Webenga, final thoughts.
Yeah, I've been in and out of stores and stuff, so I couldn't talk. But you were talking about dogs and cats. I just I posted a video a while back of a farm dog versus a coyote, and that dog didn't belong to anybody. It was just a stray that somehow ended up on one of the dairies I visit every day. And over 6 months, I finally friended her, and now she's with me every day. So kind of fun.
That's cool,
I'm
man.
the only one who can pet her.
So you're a dog person then, not a cat person?
My wife's the cat person. I like cats. I like both. But she's got 2 deaf dogs and a rescue dogs, and it's like you can't really take them with you anywhere. So unless you're on leash all the time. But she's got so many cats, it's ridiculous.
All right.
Her mom died. Her mom had like 12, and so we inherited those when her mom died.
All right. My dad told me once that before we go there and final thought, a few years ago, he used to walk early in the morning, like a big route, a few miles around. He had a little stake, just in case. And there was a bunch of dogs, like 3 or 4 dogs, like stray dogs, when barking on him. My dad is old. He was, I don't know, 75 years old by then. So he's an older guy, right? And he was like, holy shit, I'm screwed. And then this dog, like a Labrador, big white Labrador dog, he came in like, barked the other dogs and just pushed them away, right? And my dad kept on walking, and the Labrador dog behind him, just walking around him until he went around and until my dad went inside the house. The other day when my dad walked out, there was the Labrador dog waiting for him, and my dad did the walk around, and every single day for like 2 full years, the dog was just walking around with my dad. He couldn't let him in because he lived in an older people complex. He was like a fence, so the dog always walked into the fence. I'm waiting in the fence. It was really cool, nice story. The dog disappeared. I don't know, fortunately, whatever happened to him, but that was nice company for a few years. Komar, look at the PP. I don't know what PP you're talking about because I didn't get anything in the PayPal. Hopefully you click the right link and send the money to the right person. If not, might be an issue in hold or something. All right. Luis, final thoughts.
For the short time that he was here, Gary was way more amicable than usual. It's a breath of fresh air. I'd like to talk to him more another time with such an ambiance. Yeah, it's cool. Good mood, good vibes today. Thank you.
Good vibes indeed, yeah. And that's the whole idea. That's what I say in the beginning, I don't care, if they get a little heated, a little yelly, or not a shit show, because a shit show involves people talking over each other. But if we are patient, not talk over each other unless somebody is really like abusing and monologuing and going 2-3 minutes talking, there's no need to interrupt. We can talk 30 seconds, a minute ish, and allow the person to finish. Are we going to be misinterpreted maybe sometimes? Are we going to be all kinds of shit, say the wrong things, like, oh, you say this and that? We can be patient and wait for our turn. So if people don't talk over each other and don't over talk others, I think we'll be all right. Now I got it now. Komar, is this you? Thank you for the show with a big $10 PayPal. Yes, sir, I have received it. Thank you, Komar. Appreciate that, brother. Look at that. You want to give some final thoughts? I don't know if you did. Want to try now? Oh. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like. Let me turn on my camera for the audience. Don't forget to leave a like, share the show, and make sure that you click all the buttons. Support each other, support all the content creators. I appreciate it. Jose JG out. Boom.